Hello Leo, and welcome to my very first Lunar Cycle Insights video for each sign. These videos will go from new moon till new moon rather than following the Gregorian calendar to help align you with the turning of the moon cycles and the seasons and the shifts in the cosmos. So it's a huge month for all of us as Uranus moves into Taurus, and that happens today, the same day as the Taurus new moon rises. So we're going to start with talking about Uranus. He has been in your 9th house since 2011, which is quite a comfortable space for Uranus because he is the bringer of inspiration, the lightning bolt, the download of new knowledge. And the 12th house is the 9th house is the house of mental expansion, of higher learning, of spiritual knowledge and wisdom. So he's been there activating you, perhaps creating some disruption and changes in your belief system over the past cycle. As he moves into the 10th house, ruled over by Taurus in your chart, he crosses the foundational core of your birth chart, the MCIC axis. This is the foundation of security and stability in our chart, the cusp of the 4th house of home and family, and the 10th house of career and vocation. So when a planet, especially one as revolutionary as Uranus, crosses this space, we can expect big change in all sectors of our lives. You know, perhaps the things we thought were solid are starting to crumble around us. Perhaps there are, you know, insights and truth revealed that make us change the way that we present ourselves to the world, change the way that we want to act in our career and our vocation. The 10th house is the house of purpose. It's the house of career. So we may find that during this transit, the things that used to resonate with us work-wise are no longer working and need to be let go of. So this can create a little bit of chaos and a little bit of upheaval as you come into realignment with the goals that are meaningful and are purposeful for you. At this time, you've also got Saturn and Pluto and Lilith in your 6th house, which is related to your work, your day-to-day duties and responsibilities. So with these two energies combining, you know, there's a huge focus in looking at how you want to offer yourself in service to the world through your work. So we can expect over the next couple of years big changes and shifts to start happening. Perhaps you have to completely revolutionize your career. And as one of the signs that creates a natural square to Taurus, you will be having a personal square from Uranus to your Sun or whichever planets you have in Leo during this period. So it's a deep dive into finding your authentic self, to letting go of stagnancy, to letting go of those old structures which were just keeping you locked in old patterns. So it's really a time of embracing change, of letting what needs to go so that you can move forward. So after the chaos of this first week of the lunar cycle, we then have Neptune and Jupiter coming into a beautiful trine. And, you know, this is an effect already really, but it comes into exact alignment around the 25th of May. So we've had Neptune in your 8th house and Jupiter in your 4th house. And when these two align, we receive beautiful spiritual blessings. You know, Jupiter is the giver of abundance. Neptune is, you know, divine, higher spiritual love. So wherever these two are aligning, we can expect to feel the grace of the cosmos. So for you, these two energies are, like I say, in your 8th and 4th house, which are deeply emotional, psychological places of the birth chart. So you can expect some deep soul healing, perhaps some issues that you've been working with around family or around intimacy can now start to feel like they are coming to fruition, that they are being healed after quite a while of trying to work and move through them. Venus is going to be coming into a trine with Jupiter and Neptune in your 12th house towards the end of the month, around the 1st of June, end of May. So again, this is another watery house of the subconscious. So you are undergoing a profound healing of the psyche, and it's really important for you to listen to the messages from the cosmos at this time, to be open to receiving visions, inspirations, intuitive nudges that guide you on your pathway to healing, that help you to really have some solace and some peace during this time of deep and powerful change. So open yourself to receive that, Leo. On the 29th, we have a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius in your 5th house. So this is a lovely energy for you, Leo. Your fellow fire sign, you know, the solar house of your birth chart being ignited by this energy. So we can expect, you know, to see a rise in creativity, a rise in your need to express your creative truth through your creative offerings that you are giving to the world. This is also the house of joy and fun and romance and playfulness. This is the house where we sing and dance like a child, completely free of inhibitions. So you can feel a sense of joy and lightness returning to your life around this time. This is quite a celebratory moon. You know, we're coming to the peak of the year. We're heading towards solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is a day for joy and celebration. And it's also going to be creating a trine to the North Node in your sign. So you get to really see how far you have come in stepping out and shining your light into the world since those nodes entered your sign last summer. So this is a beautiful healing transit for you, Leo. The Gemini new moon, on which we end this lunar cycle, is going to take place in your 11th house. Now the sun is going to have been in your 11th house since the 20th of May, and Mercury will have been there since the 29th of May, and now the lunar goddess comes to join them and rebirth herself. So again, you know, this is quite a buzzy, sociable energy. The 11th house rules over groups, friendships, the circles and networks that we're involved in. So this part of your chart is being really energized during this lunar cycle. So pay attention to the people and connections that are coming into your life, because they can really help you with your healing journey from the Neptune-Jupiter trine, and with your career and the changes that are happening in that sector in your chart. You may find that people come to you that can offer you new insights and new ways of doing things. So this is also the house that rules over our long-term visions and goals. And we need to, when we're working with the 11th house energy, we need to ensure that our goals and visions are also aligned with the collective evolution of consciousness. So this is a good time for setting your intentions of what you plan to create over the coming lunar cycle in relation to your highest goals and visions for yourself. In regard to your friendships, in regard to groups. So if you're wanting to organize a gathering of people, this is a really good time to do it. If you're wanting to put something out online, this is a really good time to do it. The 11th house also rules over the web and the internet. So we have this kind of combination for you going on this month, Leo, of this kind of deep soul healing and diving that you're doing in the emotional watery houses of your chart. The changes that are going on in your home life and career, and also the need to be out and be sociable. So it's quite a busy and intense, multi-leveled kind of lunar cycle for you, Leo. So really just allow yourself to take each moment as it comes. Take the ups and downs as they flow, as the peaks and troughs of energy come. Just remain centered and in your core. The card I pulled for you is After the Storm, and this is from the Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle, because Uranus, the cosmic rebel, who else would we work with at this time? So After the Storm, and this says that although you might be sensing a storming coming into your life, or you might already be in the midst of one, that with tenacity, with clarity, you can hold out, you can move through it, and after the storm clouds pass and the sky becomes clear again, you will be able to understand why you had to go through those transitions that seemed so chaotic or disruptive at the time. So don't try to understand things as they are happening, Leo, but just wait and know that all will become clear to you as the energy of this cycle unfolds. So I hope that serves you, Leo. Thank you so much for listening, and blessed new moon.